Hi, my name is C, and I am the owner of CLM Custom Designs on Etsy as well as YouTube, and my channel is all things crafting. So welcome if you've been here before, and if you're new, no. Welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're new, welcome. Come on in, take a seat, and let's get ready to learn something. Today, we will be making leather keychains. I've had these supplies for a while, but I thought today was the day that we would go ahead and jump into it. So if you're interested in seeing how I make leather keychains, stick around. Let's jump into these. The supplies that I have is, I have had this leather sheet from Cricut for I don't know how long. Didn't quite know what to do with it, but anyway, it's just this camel color leather sheet. Like I said, pop it open. Okay, this camel color leather sheet from Cricut. I ordered these key fob pliers, as well as they came with the keychain and the finishings. And we are going to use this fabric as well as this printed heat transfer paper. So when all of that comes together, we should have 2 keychains. So let's see what we're gonna do. The first thing we're gonna do is jump into design space. So let's log in. Okay, so let me zoom you in so you can see a little bit better what I got going on here on design space. Okay, so there's design space, right? And what we need to do is, these are going to be straps that we then fold in half and make like wristlet keychains. So first thing we need to do is create the shape. So we're going to come over here to shapes, and I am just going to choose the one that does not have the rounded corners. Here you go. So again, unlocking, we're going to do 1 inch wide by 11 inches high. And again, we're going to duplicate it so that we have 2 of them. Okay, there you go. Now, we're going to set that aside and come back and deal with these elements right here. So, let's take this piece of leather out. And you can also use faux leather. Cricut and other places have faux leather. I just happen to have this, so I'm using genuine leather. But anyway, so we know we're making 2 of these, and we're making them, like I said, 1 inch wide. So I'm just gonna cut the strips to be like 1.5 inches. Lower you down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so, oh no, I didn't have the thing pulled back. That was it. Okay. And let's do another one. The same size. And I'm only doing this so I can be sure not to waste any of the material. So I'm just trimming it up before I put it on the mat. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut a piece of this, the same length as the leather. This is going to be the 2 inches, 1.5 minutes. Maybe I'll go a little bit bigger just to ensure that this covers the whole thing. Task a little bit. Okay, and let's make sure we have the right length on that. Okay, cut another piece because this was not straight. Trim off this other side. Okay. Get that out of the way, that out of the way, and then we need a piece of this. Same deal. Same size. And I think measuring. So after I have all of these trimmed up, I'll be back. Okay, so I have all my pieces. I have my 2 pieces of leather cut out. I have my heat transfer pattern vinyl cut out, a fabric, oops, as well as the heat and vinyl, you'll see. So the next thing I'm gonna do is heat up my mini press, because what we're going to do is put the bond onto the fabric, and then we are going to iron on the fabric to the back of this, as well as the HTV to the back of the other one. So that is what is next. So we need the heat and bond because obviously this doesn't have any glue to it, and I'm not using glue, so the heat and bond will make it tacky to be able to stick on there. And obviously the heat transfer vinyl should stick on its own. So let's get ready to do this. This is heated up, and so this is what we are going to do. Let me get a Teflon sheet. Just so in case this, I think this might be a little bigger than a piece of fabric, and I don't want it to get stuck onto my mat. So I'm just gonna heat it up. Run it on there, and then you should be able to peel this off the paper like so, and then this is sticky, right? So we ironed it on. Now you have this sticky back, and we are going to now press this onto the piece of leather. Okay. Okay, and so now this fabric is stuck to this. I'll trim it up in a second. And now we need to do the same thing with this heat transfer vinyl. You see how some of the sticky residue is on here, which is why I used it, because it'll just peel right off the Teflon sheet. But it would have been a little bit harder on my table. So line this up. And let's make sure this is covering the whole sheet. And we press here. Okay. And again, this now is stuck to the leather, and then we just pull up the plastic carrier sheet that's on top, take it off. And so now we have this. This is the back. We have this. This is the back. Okay. And we're going to lay this on our Cricut now so that the Cricut can cut out the shapes that we put on the mat. So I am going to grab my purple mat, which, as you can see, is the strong grip mat. And I'm still going to add some tape to it. So, right there at the one. And then, same with this, I'm going to put this right at the 5. And then I'm going to get some tape just to ensure that it stays stuck. I'm going to take a little painter's tape and give it a little bit more security on the ends. Which is another reason why we cut it a little bit longer, so that we could tape it down and not have to worry about getting into the cut lines. And you may not need to do this. I'm just doing it for safe measures because I don't want this to move. So that is why I'm doing it. And also, after you use your mats for quite some time, they're not quite as sticky as they were when you first got them. So that would be the other reason. Okay, so very simple. They're stuck down. We're gonna go back over to Cricut Design Space now. And we have our shapes here. We are just going to hit make it. Hopefully you can, maybe I'll bring it down. That needs to be better for you. All right. So yeah, we're gonna save the project. We'll just name it Keychains. All right. Oh, I didn't spell that right, but when you do it, you spell it right. And I'm gonna move these shapes over to the same spots that I have them on the mat. So the first one I have on the 1, and the second one I have on the 5. So I am going to do that, and then I'm going to hit continue. It's connecting to my Cricut because I finally hooked it up wirelessly. Hadn't done that forever, but I had this time. So I'm going to browse materials, and I'm going to type in leather. They do have a faux leather if you're using that, but because this is actual leather, I'm going to say genuine leather. I'm going to hit done. I'm going to add more pressure, and I'm going to switch out my blade to my deep point blade, because now I'm cutting through 2 layers of material. Leather is thick enough, but then I also added the backing, so I'm going to switch to this deep point blade. So I'm just going to pop that out, or pop that in, pop the other one out. And I'll pop this is the one I took out. This is the fine point blade. I put my mat in. Now it's all ready to go. I'm going to click on fast mode, and then, okay, the cut is all done. Let's make sure it's went through, which it did. Let's check the other one. Okay. All right. So this was the leather side. This was the inside where I put the printable fabric. And now I need to connect the 2 together. So that's what these are for, right? Can't remember what this is called. I got this off of Amazon. I think I just put in like key fob finishings or something. And got these. And I know that you sit these down inside, and then you clamp these together, like so, right? Put the piece in there, fold the ends together, put the ends down inside, and then you squeeze. Seems simple enough, right? Some people I've seen glue these ends together just to make it a little bit easier. Some people have used double-sided tape and stuck them together. I'm just gonna go for it. Again, here is the finishing inside. I'm just gonna take these 2 ends as evenly as I can, stick them in there. And I am going to squeeze, and yeah, it's in there pretty tightly. And so now, guys, we have a wristlet keychain, which is leather on the outside. It has this pattern vinyl on the inside, which I think complements it quite nicely. I can, if I choose to, and maybe I will, go back with my engraver and engrave something here. You could also use heat transfer vinyl and put something here as well, a name or what have you, but that's that. This is the one that I did with the fabric, which also I thought complemented it pretty well. Again, it didn't cut necessarily that great, but you know, you live and you learn and you buy loves, as they say. So I am going to do the same thing. So again, we have this machine. And I'm just kind of lining up the end of the pliers to the end of that finishing, right? Now, mind you, you could do it the other way if you wanted to. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the leather side. The leather could be on the inside, and this could be the outside. It's whatever you want to do. Here you are. We have made 2 of the key fobs. Thanks so much for hanging out with me while we made these cute, simple keychains, wristlet keychains. So again, all you need is some type of leather or faux leather. You could really do it with just that if that's what you want to do. But if you want to add a little pop on the inside, you could use HTV pattern vinyl. You could use fabric like I did. You could use glitter vinyl. Possibilities are endless. And then if you wanted to pizzazz the outside, again, you could use HTV, or in my case, I'm probably going to use my engraving tools. So anyway, and then again, the finishing pieces, the pliers, as well as the hardware, I got from Amazon. I think it was like $14.99 for that whole packet. And really, your Cricut, and that's really about it. So again, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Please share my video with anyone else who you think would appreciate the content that I do. Please check out my Etsy store. If there's something on there that you want, let me know. If there's something you want that you don't see, certainly you can hit me up in the comments or in my email address, because I do custom orders, so we can consult on that directly. But anyway, until we meet again, guys, see you later. Oh, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely subscribe. I appreciate all my subscribers. Trying to get to 2,000, halfway there. So I appreciate your support and for taking this ride with me. So until we see you again, bye-bye.